Hi friends, welcome back to our channel Total-QA. In our channel, we have uploaded multiple videos and categorized them into different playlists. You can go through these videos and get the required knowledge, and if you have any doubts, you can provide your questions in the video under the comment section. I will provide the answers. In today's video, we are going to discuss about how do we configure Selenium WebDriver in Eclipse. As part of this, there are two prerequisites which has to be installed in the desktop or the laptop. The prerequisites are Java has to be installed, Eclipse also needs to be installed in the laptop. Then we follow the steps. First step, open Eclipse. I opened Eclipse. Second step, create a Java project. So select file, say new, select Java project, provide the name as Selenium _ Chrome browser, click on next button, then finish. So once we create the project, we have to navigate to the project in the package explorer. For this, we have to click on workbench to navigate to the package explorer. Click on workbench. It navigates to the package explorer and shows the content of the project. The project name is Selenium _ Chrome browser. It has one source folder src and one system library which is JRE Java SE-1.8. So the project is created successfully. Now, next step, download latest Selenium jar file from this link. This link is the downloads link from selenium.dev is already opened. Let me show you that. This is the link which I showed in the notepad. If you scroll down, you will find a section. Section name is Selenium Client and WebDriver Language Bindings. In this table, in this section, there is a table, HTML table. If you look into this, it has a stable version, a alpha version, and if you look into the stable version, it has been released on the date November 14th, 2018, which is a stable version, and not the stable version, which is alpha version, released on May 29, 2020. If you would like to download the stable version, click on this link. If you would like to download the alpha version, click on this link. Right? So right now we are interested in downloading the stable version. So I click on this download link to download the version 3.141.59. Click on this link. It is downloading. Right? Then unzip the file, right click, extract, unzip the file. View the contents of this file. The file contains jar files. There are two different jar files. One is the client combined jar file. One is client combined sources.jar file. So we will look into these two jar files and what is the usage of these two jar files. But right now we are interested in only one jar file, which is client-combined-3.141.59.jar file. So now we are able to download the stable version, which is selenium-java-3.141.59. We are able to unzip the file and we are able to see the contents of the file now. Next step, add the Selenium jar file to the build path of the project. So we have to add the downloaded Selenium jar file to the Java project. So select the Java project, right click on the project, you will see build path, then select configure build path, then click on libraries, then find out the location of the jar files, copy the location of the jar files, open Eclipse, click on the button which is add external jars, click on this button now, then provide the location of the jar files, select client-combined-3.141.59.jar file, select that, open. When you open, this will be added in the Java build path. This is a Java build path. This is a library section. You can see this file is getting added. Click on OK button now. Okay, I think again try to do the same steps. Somehow clicked on cancel. Let me try to add again. What we do, right click on the project, select build path, configure build path, click on libraries, add external jars, select the jar file available in the location, click on it, click on apply button. We have to click on apply button, then click on OK. We will see under referenced libraries there is a jar file getting added. We can see the content of the jar file. The content of the jar file is having multiple packages. You can open the packages and see the content of this package. See, you can even find out the package org.openqa.selenium.chrome, and you can see the class file is chrome driver.class, which might be useful for us to launch the Chrome browser. So like that you can navigate and see the contents of this jar file. So this is a jar file. If you expand the jar file, you will find all the packages and go through the packages to understand the classes within the package. And also when you expand the class, you can see the content of the class. What are the different constructors which are available? What are the different methods which are available in this class? So we can navigate the jar file in the Eclipse to understand the contents of the jar file. Now let's write the first program in Selenium. Right click on the SRC folder, select new, select class. So provide the name as Google Test. Let the program opens now. Once the program opens successfully, in a Java program we always write public static void main. So under this program we have to write the first line of statement as system.setProperty webdriver.chrome.driver, comma, path to the Chrome driver executable file. Let me close this task list and outline. Path to the driver executable file. Path to the Chrome driver.exe. So it is important not only we download Selenium jar file, we also need to download the executable file. So to download the executable file for Chrome, you have to access the link that is available here, that is chromedriver.chromium.org/downloads. In this link, you can find out different Chrome versions and supported executable file, the compatible executable file. Now let's find out the Chrome version which we are using now. The Chrome version, to identify the Chrome version, you have to click here the three dots and navigate to help section. Click on about Google Chrome. Then we can find out the version of the Chrome browser which we are using now. Let me open it. When I open it, I can see the version of my Chrome browser is 85.0.4183.121. So let me go back. 85.0, just remember this. For 85.0, we can use this version. So we have to download 85.0.4183.87. Let me click on this link to download the Chrome driver executable file. Click on it. Then we see multiple versions here. This is for Linux. This is for Mac. This is for Windows operating system. Ours is Windows operating system. Then click on this link to download Chrome driver win32.zip file. So once the zip file is downloaded, copy the zip file to a location in C directory under Selenium artifacts under Chrome driver executable. This is the path. I copied this zip file now. Unzip the file, right click on the zip file. Say extract to Chrome driver win32. Then this will be unzipped. Just open it. You will find Chrome driver.exe. So you need to find out the path of the executable file. Right click. And also very important point, we should make sure that we are in this folder now. In this folder, right click on the executable file, select properties, then copy this entire path, go to Eclipse, provide the location here. And also we have to give slash the file name. What is the file name? Navigate to here, just right click on the file, select rename. When you say rename, the file name you can copy, Ctrl C, go back to the Eclipse, provide the path. So this is the path of the executable file. And also we have to give one more backward slash, because one slash is not sufficient in the path. We have to give backward slash so that this will solve and fix the errors, because in especially this is a special character. If you wanted to consider this special character, you have to give one backward slash. So the path is set. Then the next step after that is we have to write WebDriver equal to new Chrome driver. This is the first step which will help us to launch the Chrome browser. Now try to quick fix, select this quick fix, select WebDriver, similarly right click, quick fix, select Chrome driver. Now we are able to set the system property. Now we are able to create a driver instance. Let's execute the program now. So right click on this program, run as Java application, and wait for a few seconds to see the output of this information. Now we are getting an error saying that com hash Google hash common collect immutable map. This is coming because of this. Why? Because let's look into this issue now. So to fix this error, we need to understand, do we need to add any other libraries into this project? Okay, let's find out that information. Navigate to the Selenium Java 3.149.59 folder where we have added this jar file. But one more point, if you look into this folder, there are multiple libraries which are available under this libs folder. Let me open. So there are multiple libs. I think these libraries also needs to be added to the project to avoid these kind of errors. Now right click on the project again, select build path, configure build path, click on add external jars, select all the libraries, click on open. So to make sure all the libraries are added, in addition to client combined, click on OK. Then we are able to add all the referenced libraries. Then open the program, again right click, run as Java application. Now you can see here in the console the Chrome driver was started successfully. We are able to see the browser launched successfully now. So what is important? We need to add all the libraries also to the project build path. Now write the program driver dot get title. So we can mention the https://www.google.com. Then this is an URL. Let's try to put get. Then try to put the get title to get the title. Driver.get, we should pass the URL. Then driver.get title, we get the expected result. So this is actual result. Then you have an expected result. The expected result is the title of the Google is Google. Then try to check if actual dot equals to expected. Then you can mark that test case is pass, else test case is fail. Say test case is pass, else test case fails. Now we are able to successfully complete the first program in Selenium. Let me execute the program now on a Chrome browser. Right click, run as Java application. It opens the browser now. Chrome driver was started successfully. It is opening the browser, and wait for a few seconds. You can see in the console the test case is pass. So the program is successful and able to execute the steps and shows the output in the console. Now, right now we are giving the Chrome driver path as this. But in future, suppose for example there is a directory structure changed. So this path will not work, right? So how can we make sure that not to provide the path to the executable file? So we can do one thing to avoid giving the path to the executable file. You can do one more thing, that is just copy the executable file. Let's copy the executable file. This is the executable file available in this location. Copy the executable file. How do we copy the executable file? Right click on the file, copy the executable file. Go to the project, select the project, then click on paste the executable file is downloaded in the project, then you don't require to provide the path here, remove the path. Then this will also work successfully without passing the path. So it's important not to pass the path for the executable file. We make sure the executable file is available in the project. That's sufficient. We can try to execute the program now. Right click, run as Java application. Then wait for a few seconds. The console is open now. We can see the information in the console. The Chrome driver was started successfully, and we can see the browser has been launched, and we can see the content in the console. Test case pass. So it's very important. It is not required to set the path all the time. You can copy this file in the project and try to mention the file name to avoid giving hard-coded path in the program. Now, one more point. If you look into this reference libraries, suppose if you are interested to see the content of this file, let me open the content of this file. The content of this file we are interested to see, or else suppose for example the Chrome driver class is there. If you would like to see the contents of the Chrome driver, so for that what we can do here is we need to open the class file. Let's do one thing. Select this package. Just click on Chrome driver.class. So you cannot see the content of this class because this is a class file. If you would like to see the contents of this class file, you have to click on attach source. Click on attach source. Again, I'll try to open again. How do I open this? In a project, you have referential libraries. Expand the referential libraries. You have client combined jar file is available. Expand the jar file. Then there is a package org.openqa.selenium.chrome. Then you will see Chrome driver class. Click on it, double click on it. It will ask you to attach the source. Click on attach source button. We have to provide the location of the source path, right? Select external location. Now go to the location where we have downloaded Selenium, which is 3.1.141.59. You will see the sources.jar. You have to give the full location. Copy this file path. Go to Eclipse, go it. Then try to provide the file name as well. The file name is here. It is sources.jar. Select the file, rename it, copy this path and provide it the information here. Click on OK. So we can see the source code as well for the class file by attaching the sources.jar to the jar file. So this way we can open and see the content of any class file here and understand how the Java API has been written, especially for Selenium WebDriver. So all the steps are provided in this document. Please go to this document. This information will be provided in the video description. Please go through the video description and try to understand and get the required information. So I hope this video will be helpful for you. If you like my video, please subscribe and share with your friends. Thank you for watching.